proclamation, but we also have a couple people who would like to, I know, do counseling and would like to speak on the subject. So, Wendy and Steve, that's it.
Worldwide, someone dies by suicide every 40 seconds. In the United States, over 40,000 people die by suicide each year. Of those 40,000, 5,000 of them were teenagers. Of that 5,000, one of them was our son, TJ Simpson, who died by suicide on December 1st, 2010. For every suicide death, it's estimated that 25 people attempt suicide. That's about 1 million Americans every year. And for every suicide, many more people are affected: family, friends, and communities. There's no single cause of suicide. There are multiple factors that come together to create suicide risk. Research has shown that 9 out of 10 people who die by suicide have a diagnosable mental health condition at the time of their death that may or may not have been diagnosed and properly treated. So taking care of our mental health is so important. After losing TJ to suicide, we immersed ourselves in learning everything we could about suicide risk and prevention to prevent others from suffering the same tragedy. My husband and I worried about so many things when raising our boys, but never suicide. We have no idea it's the second leading cause of death for the age group of 15 to 19. We also never realized how prevalent depression and other brain health issues are in teens and the general population. 1 in 8 teens will suffer depression before they reach adulthood, and 1 in 5 adults in the general population suffer some type of a mental health disorder like depression, anxiety, or bipolar. Having depression significantly increases the risk of suicide, but the good news is suicide is preventable, and with education and awareness, lives will be saved. So designating September 5th through 11th as Suicide Prevention Week in Montville is a powerful step in raising awareness in our community. And we are so grateful to the entire Township Committee for supporting this important issue, and we hope that the committee continues to support efforts to raise awareness of the importance of mental health in our community. Through these initiatives, we know that lives will be saved. Thank you.
And because of that, Montville is going to, in recognition of the 2016 National Suicide Prevention Week, we have this proclamation. Whereas suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States and the 2nd leading cause of death among individuals between the ages of 10 and 34. And whereas in the United States, one person completes suicide every 12.3 minutes, resulting in nearly 43,000 suicides each year. And whereas suicide is the only leading cause of death in the United States that has increased every year for the past decade, and whereas it is estimated that there are over 1.1 million suicide attempts each year, and whereas it is estimated that for every suicide there are 25 attempts, and whereas over 90% of the people who die by suicide have a diagnosable and treatable mental health condition, although often that condition is not recognized and treated, whereas suicide results in the estimated $44.6 billion in combined medical and workforce costs nationally, and whereas suicide results in an estimated $813,656 million in combined medical and workforce costs in New Jersey annually, and whereas the stigma associated with mental health conditions and suicidality works against suicide prevention by discouraging persons at risk for suicide from seeking life-saving help, and further traumatizes survivors of suicide loss. And whereas organizations such as the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention envision a world without suicide and are dedicated to saving lives and bringing people to those affected by suicide, bringing hope to those affected by suicide through research, education, advocacy, and resources for those who have lost the struggle, and urge that we recognize suicide as a preventable national and state public health problem, and declare suicide prevention to be a priority. Acknowledge that no single suicide prevention program or effort will be appropriate for all populations or communities. Encourage initiatives based on the goals contained in the National Strategy for Suicide Prevention. Promote awareness that there is no single cause for suicide and that suicide most often occurs when stressors exceed current coping abilities or someone suffering from a mental health condition. Develop and implement strategies to increase access to quality mental health, substance abuse, and suicide prevention services. Now therefore be resolved by the Mayor and the Township Committee of the Township of Montville, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, to hereby designate September 12th through 18th, 2016 as Suicide Prevention Week in Montville Township.